Welcome everyone back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from Wake Brewing, and they're out of Rock Island, Illinois, and this is their Weedeater. So this is a hazy IPA that is brewed with terpenes. It comes in at 6.9% alcohol by volume, 60 IBUs at the time of review. And this can is just under 5 weeks old. I'm gonna give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Cameron, for this beer, so big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way, and he sent me 9 beers in total, 8 of which were from Midwestern breweries, and this is one of those 8 beers, and I'm super excited about it because this is brewed with terpenes, and I've seen a lot of other beer tubers review beers that are infused with terpenes, including Joe over at Jow's Arcade. He's reviewed quite a few. I, to my knowledge, have not had one that I've reviewed on on camera. I've had a couple that I've had at like beer fest and whatnot. They're very interesting. They have that big like dank cannabis weed kind of vibe to them. Now, Cameron sent a note, and he said about this beer that has terpenes added to it. I don't know all the hops in this, but one source said Zappa hops were in this. This brewery is across the river from Adventurous Brewing. Adventurous Brewing's in Bettendorf, Iowa. This brewery's in Rock Island, Illinois. And that area is kind of, I wouldn't say it's exactly in the middle, but it's pretty close to the middle of Chicago and then Des Moines, Iowa. Like it's kind of like right in that realm. So pretty cool area if you have Adventurous, which I have thoroughly enjoyed their beers, the 2 that I've had. So now I'm trying out this one using the Hop Butcher glass. So also in the unboxing, I was calling them Zappa hops for some reason, instead of like Frank Zappa hops. I don't know how you would exactly pronounce them, but I think Zappa is probably the way to go instead of Zappa. I'm a fucking idiot. You should know this by now. And I just cracked it open, and it smells like some of the... Listen, I do not smoke. Okay, I do not smoke the weed, but I do take the gummies. And this smells like I'm getting into like a gummy that has like hash in it or something, which I've had recently. It smells gnarly. Let's give it a pour. So yeah, I'm expecting a hazy, look to it. Try to get as much as I can in here. Usually this can hold the entire beer because this is the Hop Butcher glass. It's like 18 fluid ounces. But dude, it smells like straight on weed. Like without question, it smells like weed. Jesus Christ, that smells gnarly. All right, so how does this look in the glass? Well, it looks like a hazy. It has that, and in person, same thing. It has more of that like darker orange color, maybe a little bit more vibrant in person. Let's do the whole, yeah, like closer to maybe like an inch up the glass is kind of what I'm looking at, like more like in this realm. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Not really. It has a darker orange color, no doubt. Contraband flashlights away. So it has a beautiful look to it. A little bit darker than maybe some of you like out there, but I think it looks really nice for what it is. About almost a finger of an off-white, creamy looking head, but in this glass, it looks pretty fantastic. So let's get a nose, which I already cheated. By cheated, I mean I cracked it open. I can smell it instantly. Yeah, dude, it smells like fucking straight on weed. Like a fruity weed. Like they have so many different strains, right? If you smoke out there, or you eat gummies or, edibles, whatever the case may be. It has like this fruit, like almost fruity pebbles vibe in the nose, but then it also smells like weed. It's such an it smells like someone just fired up a joint. That's what it smells like. Maybe not, the actual like slight burning sensation, but you know what I mean. Like it smells like a freshly rolled joint. I mean, what else can I say? Dude, it's fruity pebbles meets weed. There's nothing else I can say. It smells kind of wild. I don't know. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, so the couple that I've had with terpenes, like at festivals and whatnot, for me, I don't taste the weed. What I do taste is a big, like, vegetal kind of feel. But the nose screams 100% marijuana. 100%, right in the nose. The taste is more of like a regular hazy IPA. But if you added a big, like, herbaceous dank quality, I wouldn't necessarily say just on the taste alone, it tastes like there's terpenes added. The nose indicates it, but it's such a wild beer. Buying this is really nice for 6.9%. Higher side of medium body. I would guess more in like the 8.5, 9 realm. Like it has more of a viscosity to it. So really nice from that aspect. The mouthfeel has a nice mild to moderate carbonation, more approaching moderate, but still smooth and somewhat creamy on the palate. So body mouthfeel, super nice from this one. And the glass lacing after 2 sips. Look at that glass lacing. I've been doing this lately, with my new camera and stuff, whatever. But I think the glass lacing is fantastic. It has a big dank vegetal quality on the finish, which is really nice. Like it's very welcome. But the rest of the beer is really good too. I'm glad I said Fruity Pebbles. I'm getting an omnipresent fruity characteristic that's like so orange, maybe a little mango, touch of pineapple. I don't know what Zappa hops are supposed to kick out, but it definitely has a nice fruitiness to it. But it's not like over the top. This isn't like your upper echelon hazy IPAs where like it's just, like drinking a carbonated fruit juice of some sort. It's not to that level. This has a more of a, complex kind of vibe to it and a different vibe. If you are both a marijuana plus craft beer person or, IPA person, this is your wheelhouse 100%. And as somebody, again, who dabbles in the edibles and the gummies and stuff, this is really nice. What I like about it is that finish. The terpenes are noticeable just because I know they're in here. But again, that dank, herbaceous, almost weed-like vibe to it. It's not as big as the nose. I wouldn't say it screams cannabis or like a freshly rolled joint, like I said. The nose is more for that. But the taste, still has hints of that. It finishes firmly dry with a mild to moderate bitterness. It's a hazy that's very balanced and not only unique, but pretty damn tasty as well. As you can see, I've drank a bunch of it already. Like I'm already below the Hop Butcher logo, which is a rarity when I do these reviews. The nose on this is fucking ridiculous. Like it's, if you're somebody again who dabbles in both, and you're in Bettendorf, Iowa, into Rock Island, in that vicinity, you got to try this brewery out if you've never had it before. Like it is the best of both worlds, and it's pretty much what they say it is. It's a hazy IPA with terpenes, and it's pretty goddamn good. Like, where else do I go with this? I don't know. One more sip. 6.9%. I can't tell. Like, I know it's a beer, and I know it has alcohol in it, but I couldn't tell you it's 7%. Dude, it's fucking wild how much the nose smells like pot. It's just insane. I was going to go back to the ABV. I could tell it's almost 7% because of the body being bigger, but outside of that, not really. I don't know how to rate this because, listen, let it be known here, whatever I give this rating-wise, this is a fun fucking beer that's also pretty goddamn tasty, and it's exactly what it says it is, a hazy IPA with terpenes. It just says IPA on here, but it is a hazy, and most breweries now, if you just see IPA, and if it's from a new school brewery, a local brewery, it's probably going to be hazy, because that's just how it is now. This is also double dry hopped. I didn't even know that. So it's a double dry hopped hazy IPA with terpenes. Probably what I'll put in the title, but wild. So yeah, it says drink fast. So I've never seen this. Drink fast, stay cold, never age. So easily drink fresh, keep cold. But I never see drink fast, stay cold, and never age. That's pretty wild. But one knock, Wake, you say never age, right? Well, now you say drink fresh, you say never age, so that means whatever you get it. But there is no, is there a can-down date here? No, there isn't. Anyway, what the fuck am I doing anymore? Let's just lock in a rating here. I'm going to give this a low 4.25. I'm going to go 4.2. This is a really fun beer. It's really tasty. It's unique, but also delicious. And it's exactly what it says it is. As far as like a hazy IPA with terpenes, like this is like a 4.75. I'm taking in my personal opinion into this one, and I think it's more in like that, more in that like 4.25 range. So 4.2 out of 5. Price point availability. I got the note here. $18 a 4-pack. So $18 a 4-pack. Yeah, I think that's for terpenes added, almost 7%. I'm okay with that. $4.50 a can, all day, every day. Availability, I have no idea with Wake Brewing. I'd imagine in that Rock Island, Bettendorf, Iowa kind of realm. if you can get the Wake Brewing, I'm sure they do other cool beers like this. Cameron, post in the comment section, let me know. But I feel like their name, what they're kind of going for, I feel like they do more stuff like this. So probably like Wake and Bake Brewing, kind of, right? Yeah. But yeah, no, this is a fun beer. And if I was in that region, I would definitely check them out, quite a bit actually, because this is a fun beer. I want more breweries here in New York State to do, any kind of IPA with terpenes or any kind of beer with terpenes. I think it's a fun little thing to do. And if you're a fan of both marijuana plus beer, it's a marriage made in heaven, or made in a lab somewhere, or maybe made in the brewery. Anyway, huge thanks to Cameron for this one. If you've had anything from Wake Brewing or any beer with terpenes in it, what has your experience been? I don't know. These wouldn't be in my regular rotation. I'd have to be specifically in the mood for something like this, which I was today. I was like, all right, let's do this. I would probably drink these like once or twice a month, just to kind of be like, all right, I want something that's specifically this. But at the same time, I just love how craft breweries still innovate. Still do something very carbonated, still do something different. Even though I didn't say it was that carbonated, I'm burping a lot. So this is just a fun, unique beer, and I'm here for it. So yeah, appreciate it, Cameron. Probably the most unique beer he sent my way. Yeah, I'm glad I reviewed it quite fresh. He also said it was canned on 4/18/25. Even though they say never aged, they don't have a canned on date. So Wake, the only critique I would have here is put a date on the can. But maybe they're small where they don't do that. I don't know. Anyway, shut it down to the next one. Cheers.